All right, back to Aphelios Milium Maokai. You know it, you love it. You've seen it 1,000 times. Rel in the jungle, no Tristana. Okay, so they're banning. It's the same shit. Ban AD mids because you see Maokai jungle. Take his ear. Okay, Cassante and the Corkster.
Known for it for him, the Gnar.
And something we've seen
These games have been kind of boring in terms of their compositions.
Because I think it can be a situation where we've seen both these drafts now, and it feels like we are on the front foot for sure.
Oh, I agree, right? Having the flexibility, having the options that something like the Gnar can bring, where you could either...
Do you mind talking about how there's no announcement of LCS Spring Finals? Is that true? I never even thought about that.
It could give them another avenue to play through, especially when we highlighted people like Scout weren't having the best performances in that game one to bring LNG across the finish line.
And now we get to hit the rift for the second time of this series, and we'll see. I hear the Giles. I didn't hear them in game number 1. They were so quiet.
Oh, no.
We do have them, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, you hear some, but the crowd maybe a little bit hurt after their home team.
When do they normally announce finals locations for spring?
To a style, or at least to a couple members, and try to build around it. And it's been really cool to see.
They announce dates but not location. That's weird.
Like, with that core group that eventually had to break apart this year, but
yeah, they fired everybody at LEC. It was a fucking bloodbath over there.
But now 1xN back at it against Gala, and his bot lane 2v2 as important as ever, I feel, in this matchup.
It really just feels like that's going to be the story of the game, right? Who finds pressure? Which jungler is going to start leaning down here first? We already have both junglers starting towards that top side, so we know that this is...
How's LBL doing? Any team to look out for other than BLG? I mean, top, Esports, JDG.
Like,
I thought maybe LNG, but they lose this series.
Our third time seeing it today hasn't really been too decided by like any 2v2 kills or anything like that. It's been both junglers coming down, and then typically both teams wanting to fight, and then it just coming down to like, you know.
Do they still have casters? Yeah, nothing happened to the casters.
Or so on and so forth. Yeah. So I think that's kind of fun.
They need those guys to. They need the casters to hard carry off of the day rates without increasing them, because they stripped away all of the other people who could help them. So all of the supporting people are gone. So now they just pay the casters the exact same amount of money on a day rate to talk more and figure it out themselves and fill time. That's what they're doing. Because it costs them no more money. So why not just have the casters do it?
About who does it better.
And again, for the second time in a row, we just get top to bot clears for both junglers, knowing exactly where we're going to end up. It's like we can see the future. As Gala is going to be the one on the trading end of 1xN. It's literally deja vu down there in the 2v2. What's not deja vu?
Would you like somebody to plan a segment, to help you plan a segment, or plan it for you and you just walk through it? Well, too bad. It's your segment now, casters. Do whatever you want. It's your responsibility. Starting to make an abundance of sense why K-Troll pivoted to streaming. I mean, he also was making probably literally 10x the money, if not more. Maybe 20x. Not joking. His stream is probably worth 20x what his LEC contract was.
Does have a lot more strength here. Beichuan just going to try to get it. He doesn't. As Weiwei will easily clear that one up and now put pressure on Beichuan with Mark coming. Chocho on his way as well. Will not end up fighting, but Weiwei gets first at least pressure in the jungle matchup.
It feels nice to be on red side and see pushing lanes, right? Like, even if it isn't Azir, you know, he's pushing the lane. We have Gala and Mark able to keep up that pressure in the bot side, you know, got their waves in, which allowed for this aggressive invade to come through.
Tell me the LEC stuff is a joke, but not real. No, it's very real. It is on fire over there, guys. Nobody knows. Even the people, like, you know, doing LEC don't know what's going on.
Any heavy trading can come through.
So far, though, it is just that bot lane focus. Weiwei gonna make his presence known there. It should be the resets now coming out for both junglers, and maybe that pathing towards this top side of the map. But it is now at least objective time at 5 minutes in about 50 seconds on both sides. We have the Grubbies and the Dragon, and we did see that heavy reliance on the Dragon stacking last time around.
Definitely feels like LNG are going to be the ones in position to do that with the bot lane that they
yeah,
have.
K-Troll's made millions of dollars last year, guys. Not even a question.
Side. There is a ward there set up by Zika, so we're going to have information that he's here. Shouldn't fall to any ganks, even if Beichuan did decide he wanted to get a little bit spicy and maybe, you know, maybe see what the weather's like up there. Is it snowing?
Is it spicy or are we looking at the weather? Which one is it?
Looks like Weiwei.
I do not know how many. Some people were laid off of LCS. I know, like the dive producer was laid off,
We'll see Weiwei try to get a gank off. The ultra mega fire kick will deny
which is,
him.
you know,
And that's it. Pretty cool name.
not really surprising. It's a podcast that doesn't actually perform that well. Like I make podcasts that do better, that have like 10% of the budget and also have better revenue because we sell ads. So like the dive is actually just fucking useless
I think that's fair.
because they have to have like cameramen and makeup people coming in, light operators. Probably costs like, I don't know, 25 grand to make an episode of the dive. With talent fees and like the entire crew you need there, a producer to like help write it, like summoning Insight, Thor and I just fucking toss on some webcams, do better viewership, and also make more money on it. It's fucking ridiculous. Riot's so bad at this. They're so bad.
Perfectly fine for TT. It's kind of in those situations what you want. Gal is going to go forward, try to get some damage. He doesn't have a lot of mana here though. A nice little dodge out from 1xN. Unfortunately, they have a giant minion wave there, and they won't be able to press any far forward, but you love to see the trades back.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind, you know, the barrier being used. Obviously, Gala having to use that ignite as well. At 1xN,
The Monty's YouTube channel is
I mean, Weiwei, you just got the grubs. There was no
GG
pressure
MonteCristo.
down towards your bot lane.
At
There's
GG
no
MonteCristo.
pressure put on Dragon. So ultimately, it's just so far LNG's map complete.
You can also talk weed on Elephant Podcast. We can talk weed. We can talk Saudi Arabia. We can talk Riot misogyny scandal. We can talk LEC layoffs. We can do it all, baby.
Knockback is there. The all out is all there, and Zika goes down to a
Zika.
Put on Dragon. So ultimately, it's just so far LNG's map completely.
Weiwei still being a menace.
Comes out of Mega.
Get that Nuggy.
Flashes.
Zika, early flash here, just to try to get away from Hoya.
Q.
Knockback
Ult
is there.
back.
The all out is all there, and Zika goes down to a solo to Hoya.
And it's so strange. This team we were building up for their individual
Link
skills,
my
we were able to
podcasts. It's
accomplish
at Last Free
year.
Nation
Hoya-
on YouTube.
Hoya was very up and down last year, had some good moments, but comes out, finds the solo kill on Zika. That's massive, and not what you want to see.
Yeah, he played his mini transition too greedy. Yep.
It's definitely not the
Was too close, trying to push the wave into tower.
There. We did get the dragon started up from LNG though, so they will get the early dragon stacking and an early infernal dragon at that. Pretty nice to have in your belt.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. At least gonna have, gonna be able to start putting that pressure on. And we know, right? I mean, once this Lucian gets, something like a Storm Razor's.
That's a really good play by Hoya, actually.
Deal so much burst, but it's gonna be.
He
clear.
times his engage
As the
right as
Ghost,
Mega
with Ghost,
expires.
You're just so easily able to run someone down. Doesn't matter if you can flash away. That gap closing lets him get that Q3 to get the knockback, and that pretty much just sealed his fate.
Dude, it feels like a horror movie.
Can't do anything.
Feels like it's like Jason Voorhees just like walking at him. He can't do anything. He flashes, he jumps over a wall, he gets in a car, drives away, still there, living.
I suppose that redeems Hoya for his ridiculous Cassante ult in the last game.
Like us, someone with Ghost, you're like, ha, chumps, they're going to get ganked and they're going to die and they can't flash away. But in the 1v1, Ghost is such like a menacing thing against squishy, like weak top laners like Mininar.
Well, I'm kind of sad we've seen a little bit of lack of Ghost in bot lane now, as it was pretty popular at first. But it is interesting now to see with this little advantage in top.
Is the competitive scene for League of Legends going to die? No. It's fine in China. It's fine in Korea.
Hoya's Ghost going to come back.
I thought it was fine in Europe. The viewership is very good.
Is going to be open to Hoya again.
I actually see Weiwei. The level 6 advantage over Beichuan, not going to be able to find any more pressure.
Nah, that part's fine.
Does end up going back over to TT, and the reset came out from Weiwei. So next moves, at least for LNG, is I feel like to stay pretty proactive and get Weiwei back on the map.
Yeah, he's going to have to clear his top side camps now, so you're going to expect him to clear from top to bot again. Probably won't see a gang top, especially because it looks like the wave is currently being pushed into Hoya. So just
what use is a sword if I can't add an elephant command? I'll do it. Whatever.
It's going to be really hard to gank mid, not only because of the
my stream still kind of sucks.
I mean, you're ganking
in terms of this, the commands and everything. I need to take some time and deal with it. Like the production value is getting better, though.
Of where LNG can look right now.
The next big thing is realizing Corky package timing is going to be coming as a rotationary tool to TT.
So they
have to continue playing around.
So we can give some fun facts to the audience that for it was like a year or two, us casters did not have game audio. So God, Corky package was the worst because you'd have to like stare at them and you'd have to be like, is he moving really fast? Is he moving? Like,
Is he moving? Did he stop at base before he left?
Yeah, like I think he is. And it's like, oh God, if we just had the sound, we'd be able to hear the cue and everything just would have been so nice. So thank God, you know, these days we have sound.
Nature's grass coming out. The soccer ball is loose. 1XN going to take that tidal wave over on the side. Chocho stepped up a little too far. Gala locked down. The Q not going to be enough. The Calibrum shot is going to deliver a little bit on the backside, but Gala and Mark survive.
Yeah, sadly not really having the wave or anything set up.
What time is it in Korea right now? 3:45 p.m.
And just kind of feels like a very useful being burned. Now the same place.
Do casters usually not have game audio? No, they do. I think it's because they were casting remote on a feed from China, and that's why they didn't have it. It's an LPL specific thing.
But they did get 5 of them, so it's a pretty big differential between LNG and TT. And it also is a major reason why you see a full level lead between Weiwei and Beichuan.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big selling point, right? The amount of experience.
Korea's only 4 hours behind me. Where are you in, like, Hawaii? Where are you? Are you in the, Fluffy, are you in the middle of the Pacific Ocean?
Does make it out alive?
I think it was more of a massage. You know what I mean? Like his
New Zealand.
On,
okay.
He already pushed in his wave. He didn't have to use sums. Like
go on.
So yes, you are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's for sure what it was. We did get the Kraken Slayer though, completed from 1XN off that nice little back massage Kala gave him. The Storm Razor on the other side.
Yeah,
so
I saw the Bloomberg report on Riot canceling their streaming service. So it's too funny, guys.
I feel like Storm Razor definitely a bigger power spike.
All right, we'll take a quick break because it's too funny. Hold on. Let me find this real quick. John Needham roadmap. Is that what this was? Future of esports at Riot Games. This is it. One big hole in the esports business model compared to traditional sports is broadcast licensing revenues. The NFL, FIFA, NBA, and F1 make billions of dollars from broadcast licensing deals for their content, mostly on linear television. However, linear television is not and has never been a good match or a good channel for esports content because there is a fundamental audience mismatch. Blah, 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 blah. We know that. At Riot, we want to be everywhere our players are with our content. Esports are broadcast non-exclusively on Western streaming platforms. The business problem with this model in Western markets is, due to a lack of competition and weak revenues from advertising, streaming platforms such as Twitch and YouTube don't pay for premium content like esports. A few years ago, streaming platforms in the West did sign big exclusive license deals for other non-Riot esports as part of bigger infrastructure deals with their parent companies. Ultimately, these deals didn't earn out, and as a result, Western streaming platforms deals reverted to pure revenue sharing on low-value advertising. So this is true, but what he is intentionally omitting here is Twitch and YouTube don't pay for premium content like esports because people don't subscribe to the esports channels because Riot Games wants to offer the streams for free. If Riot Games said these were sub-only channels, they probably could get deals with Twitch and YouTube because then their streams would actually be generating revenue. But this is the core problem, is that Riot wants this to be a marketing exercise with the biggest possible audience while simultaneously bemoaning the fact that they don't have media deals. Right? So the thing that they're complaining about is something, this is classic Riot. You invent the problem. The problem is, I want esports to be free to have the biggest audience versus, and then you're like, well, we don't get paid because Twitch and YouTube don't care because people don't subscribe to your channels, right? You made this problem, Riot. A few years ago, streaming platforms in the West, okay, so we read that, despite generating billions of hours of viewership from a highly valuable audience, Riot receives de minimis streaming platform revenues in the West. So without high-value licenses from linear television or streaming platforms in the rest, how should we generate revenue for teams, right? One huge advantage esports have over traditional sports is a direct connection to our viewers. Riot Games has a watch platform at lolesports.com that utilizes an embedded Twitch or YouTube video player. If our players use their Riot accounts to log in and view esports content on Riot's watch platform, we give them rewards, right? Fair. For most major esports events, as much as 40% of our Western viewership is on Riot's watch platform. Okay, so people are watching the embedded Twitch and YouTube streams on lolesports.com, logged in so that they can get drops. Makes sense? Makes sense. We're now developing our watch platform to go even further and evolve it into an advanced commerce platform that we can use to sell digital goods and services directly to our fans through our broadcasts. Ultimately, we want to combine this commerce capability with everything we know about our players to sell digital goods and services that are valuable to a viewer. Imagine a pro player in competition chooses a champion you play in League. Boom. We send you a prompt through the watch platform to buy a skin you don't own for that champion. Another hypothetical example is when you see that one of our players watches every T1 match but hasn't purchased the T1 fan pack, which includes an in-game T1 emote, a special T1 summoner icon, and the T1 fan pass, granting them access to a special chat channel with other T1 fans and the team directly. When this player logs in for the next T1 match, we promote the T1 fan pack with details on how the revenue will be shared with the team. This way, esports fans will be able to support their team directly with their purchases. So this is what they canceled, guys. This is what they canceled. So if I was the teams, I would be angry, very angry, because the thing that they promised me in lieu of media rights, Riot said, all right, guys, we can't get the media rights. We're going to build our own platform. This platform is going to integrate digital sales. Therefore, if one of your players, I'm extrapolating here based on what they say, because the example is a pro player in a competition chooses a champion you play in League. So you're logged in. You're an Orianna player. All of a sudden, here comes Chovy playing fucking Orianna. And it's like, hey, this guy likes playing Orianna. And then they're like, here's a prompt to buy the skin that Chovy's using if you don't own it, right? Here it is. And then if the skin sells, then maybe the teams get a cut. Maybe Gen G gets a cut of that, right? Because you can say, oh, this is a skin Chovy was using. We did X amount of sales of that skin. Okay? So this is to benefit the teams. This is revenue sharing with a direct example of players and teams basically making sales for Riot. So they would get a cut. And they give the example of the T1 fan pack, which includes an in-game emote. So now the question is, how are they going to sell these fan packs? How are they going to sell them without this platform that they were developing? So to be clear, we now have no media rights sales, shit advertising on Twitch and YouTube, because you have to remember, if they're running their own platform, then they can also sell ads. In fact, they could do Red Bull ads, right? They could do Red Bull ads or Kia ads or whatever their sponsors' ads are. They could run those kind of ads and they could make larger package deals. You know, like you could have Kia ad pre-rolls as you start the stream, and you don't have to like share a cut with Twitch. You know what I mean? So you just get 100% of the money, and that you can share that money with the teams. So if I was a team owner, I would have a lot of questions about this platform going away. Are we going to do a Four Horsemen on this? Yes, likely next week. We have to wait for the LEC potential dumpster fire to resolve itself, because if we do one now, we're not going to be able to talk about what happens on LEC, because there are going to be problems with LEC. Now, I don't know how severe the problems are going to be, but it is like everything is on fire at LEC right now. We'll see how much they can resolve before next week. Why did they cancel this? I don't know. They have been working on this for years, guys. This post was made last year in April. I believe, April 19th, 2023. So almost a year ago. And none of the fan packs have happened. The platform hasn't been released. The platform was canceled. I have been hearing that they had been working on this platform for years prior to this. Years. And it's gone. So everything's fucked, guys. It's all fucked. Don't you worry, everything's fucked.
And what it can provide in terms of burst to be able to find more in that lane. I'm very curious to see, you know, once we get towards things like the Malignants for UCal, right? Or UCal is just going to absolutely obliterate them from a range they could never hope to reach.
There's obviously some strategies going down right now with UCal just waiting to take that there. He's going to grab it. He's going to TP mid lane. There is a fight coming for the Dragon, so you know it's in time just for that.
And I'm keeping my eyes on Hoya because he started to lean down. Doesn't really mean anything just yet. Looks like he's going to circle back up. Scout.
That's an early package use there. Scout with the good decision making to try to go preemptively.
I agree.
UCal now with no package right before Drake. Not ideal.
Scout.
That's an early
to lean down. Doesn't really mean anything just yet. Looks like he's going to circle back up.
Thank you, Boston, for your Twitch Prime sub.
Use there. Scout with the good decision making to try to go preemptively.
I agree, right?
Uh-oh.
Bubble connects.
Oh, nice little double there, and the Moonlight Vigil on top of it, not going to be enough. 1xN, he has no real tools except for his flash, but also Weiwei is a little bit caught out here. He doesn't have that level advantage anymore. Page 1 connects, and Gall is in some trouble. The flash from 1xN, and the man continues to pop the hell up. Caught out
I'm liking watching 1xN, man.
Page 1 connects, and Gall is in
Flash
some
his
trouble.
bubble.
The flash from 1xN, and the man continues to pop the hell off.
And TT coming into the start of the split strong. We're seeing Scout can get anything back, but luckily UCal safe with the Valkyrie there. With 1xN's health bar, I would assume, yeah, they're pretty good to pick up the strike right now, so we're going to see TT able to get that one. And now counteract the same pressure that TT was able to put on LNG in game 1.
Can I just applaud this guy some more, man? There was a lack of a second.
Thank you, Dar. Forgot I have a Twitch sub available. You're the real hero. Thank you.
In game 1. Health bar, I would assume, yeah, they're pretty good to pick up.
All right, so everything's going okay for ThunderTalk again.
Carry for TT last year, all year, and now again a first series. Both UCal and 1xN showing up in big ways. The flashes forward are what get me excited about this guy.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I really feel like we're seeing a difference.
1xN's so good, he basically made Huanfeng retire. That guy was actually bad, though. That guy was actually bad.
Over his past few splits. And now, once again, connecting some good CC with force out that heal. And this is where I was like, oh, what am I doing here? Not able to do anything. Tries to run away. I even wonder if it would have been possible for TT to be able to get more if 1xN would, like, run up towards Mark. I guess the question is, would Gala actually have enough burst to be able to kill him while he's doing that? The answer might be yes, but he did have barrier up.
He
so
did, yeah.
That's just me being nitpicky, right? He got a kill. Did he need more? Nah, he's fine with one. He ain't a greedy guy.
It's also really rough at Gala getting
My Prime subscription reveal on January 6th. Monty, I won't be streaming tomorrow. Well, why don't you just exist in Korea? Because it's January 26th here. It's all right. I'll be back on Sunday.
Have a nice momentum spike from TT, but Scout trying to put a hamper on.
Craythan, thank you. Oh, hey, this exists. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it.
With a spike straight in the ground, a bubble does not connect, but 1xN will be the bait, and he does go down.
It's your birthday in Korea. Happy birthday, Papa Smithy. Everybody I know is like born in January. It's crazy.
The CC from Weiwei there did take a lot of ultimates to find that kill. They're going to be able to turn it into some meaningful damage, but I don't know if it'll be much more than that because we don't really see them leaning over towards the Herald right now. Hoya providing vision and information on that.
You excited, Papa? Are you excited about the ultra scuffed LEC broadcast that's about to grace our existence this weekend?
A little bit ahead of their counterparts in their lanes, but now it's more so about how you use that. We do have the Rift Herald up and available on the table. UCal is dealing with a 2v1 down here in bot side. Should just lose this outer tower too.
Yeah, looks like it's going to go down, and we already hit on it right.
Yep, a lot of great people worked on that broadcast. Riot decided they don't like people working on their broadcasts. You know, great for teams and sponsors, though. It's going to be, you know, after Kia just re-signed that deal, Oh yeah, Kia's gonna be real happy. Just extended that old LEC deal.
But they needed to
Go to mega
make
scuffed
sure
LEC. It's
that
definitely what they
that
paid for, guys. Definitely what they paid for.
Get the shutdown and a up-and-coming ADC there in the game is really good. It does mean, though, TT will be using some good map rotation.
Mnemonics.
Down the Rift Herald, and somebody's got to get their driver's license out here. And you do wonder, I mean, the only big focus should be mid lane for 1XN being here now and trying to take down this outer.
Yeah, I agree. It just all has to be based around 1XN. UCal's going to be fine in bot, has the W. Didn't even like blow flash in that last play because he died just so quickly. Or I might be mistaken, maybe it wasn't even up yet from the previous exchange. But point is, he has a lot of safety. It's going to be very hard to punish him bot. But and for that note, there's no reason for TT to play around bot.
And it just becomes that much more difficult. You're just wasting resources down there at that point. And now you do need to start thinking ahead of time because we have about 2 minutes for the Dragon. Start thinking about the warding that's going to be going down. Right now, the pressure is there from LNG towards topside, Leary.
Yeah, and there's something I like that LNG are doing right now, which is like they are putting a lot of pressure on sides. Even though Azir isn't really like a side-laning mid laner, you at least do have that safety there, and you could see the rest of LNG members leaning to play around him as Zika can just safely sit bot. So trying to make advantage of some of these like differences that their comp has over TT, and now starting to build a little bit of a gold lead.
No package available just yet for UCal, but he's going to start getting a little strong once he gets that mirror mount.
Kia and Hyundai are the same company, guys. Hate to break it to you.
On top of the aggressive jungle paths.
Spoilers, they're the same company.
And right now, it was just trying to bait out and see if TT would overextend.
Not going to fall for it. I mean, TT should know that they're fine, you know, playing the long game. They have the Corki that we hit on is going to pretty much outrange anything that LNG have to offer. 1XN not taking a whole ton of damage in this exchange with Chocho right next to him. And now it feels like the next thing we're waiting for is just this Drake to come up. It seems like TT are probably doing a similar thing that we saw LNG do last time around, which is just save that Herald, wait to try to draw some pressure around mid, and then use that as an avenue to get into River.
Should be the case. I believe that UCal is going to try to get it back in time for this. Should have the package available as well. I actually see Scout try to stop him up there. The top side didn't end up finding it. But it is still Zika already in primary position in this Dragon Pit to try to get some vision here and get this side lane pushing. Ooh, we got the movement.
Yeah, so Malignance comes through. So this is where Corki just starts to become so irritating with that ult being thrown out. You get the ultimate ability haste in there as well, so you're going to be able to throw out those rockets even more. And those burns can just be so devastating. LNG at least do have sustain coming from the Nami, so it's not the end of the world. But in any extended showdown, it really is just going to be a thorn in their side.
So I saw Molecule talking about it on Twitter in the break, but 1XN's also a second item Yumu's subscriber here for the Felios build. We'll see how it works out for him. Didn't work out for Gala in that game, number one. See if that changes here. But the Dragon is going to be gifted over from TT to LNG. What nice guys.
I think it'll make slightly
Oh,
more sense
I
in
was
this game,
confused
because
because
LNG's
this just...
comp is like slightly less tanky than what we saw in the
Hello?
game before.
I'm trying to watch a game of League of Legends.
Still don't love it.
Okay, there we go.
I was just about to...
Apparently we're going...
Spike for the Azir.
I
on the
love
other
Lich
side,
Bane on Azir.
Yeah, you did get the Miramana completed for UCal. So there are some pretty big spikes coming through it as we see... Oh, I love it. As the all-seeing.
Yeah. This Baron is just the craziest one, right? That choke point is just so deadly. Can really just turn a game. So it's now, I mean, Vision Control on this top side is going to start getting more and more important. We have seen these like Azir Lucian comps all day. It's been so fast at being able to burn Baron. Herald now going to come through. TT going to start to try to siege down.
Watch him go! Oh, and he gets bubbled up.
The series is actually significantly less interesting than I thought it was going to be with the ThunderTalk offset.
Can't find it. The Nature's Grasp is there. A decent amount of damage back. Those rocket barrages are starting to do some work here for UCal.
And this is where they should thrive, right?
Mark's going to have to flash. He does burn it. He's going to sidestep, though. Nice little snake maneuver for Mark. As now Gala stepping forward. Going to pelter Chocho. As rocket barrage, the man screaming from the heavens.
I'm happy he picks it up in the end because I was surprised he committed a flash just for the Nami support. Like, I don't think there's much more TT can like turn that kill into. But hey, once you're on the Corki, get more gold in your pocket, get closer to that next item. You know, we don't need to tell anyone that the more items Corki has, it will just be devastating.
It will be ridiculous. But
About 5 minutes before Corki just pops off incredibly hard. I'm actually surprised that ThunderTalk loses this game.
Gets a little too close. Again, I'm a bit surprised UCal committed so much for that kill, and then he just throws out the odd rocket. Walks right into it.
Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. But what doesn't feel bad is LNG are going to be proactive, take the mid-outer tower, and use the Sun Disc here. So they'll have some presence around here with an already pushing bot lane, too.
Yeah, despite some of the tomfoolery that we've seen LNG come up with this game, some of the pickoffs that have happened, still, I mean, almost a 3K gold lead for their side. They've about 1 minute.
I mean, LNG was always like last year. LNG was like the most kind of slow-paced Korean of the skilled Chinese teams anyway. So this isn't too surprising. Like they played a lot more kind of low-key games.
Between Gala and 1XN, I think that makes the difference, right? And we'll see if that actually comes to bear here. If Gala can finish that third item, but a big difference maker for TT is always the package waiting in the wings.
I'm also surprised. We see Hex Drinker coming out for UCal. Gonna TP in, has the package available. And that's gonna be the difference maker, right? Because like you're saying, with some of these like big spikes for LNG, it's gonna be all about how UCal can use the package. So I think Baytron setting it up with his ulti will be critical.
Zika is pretty big on the side here. They're gonna collapse here, but it's the culling that takes UCal down to half health. It's pretty big on the side here. They're gonna collapse here, but it's the culling that
just
takes
just
UCal
misses.
down to half health. The Nature's Graph used Gala stepping forward. Gala poking out UCal. UCal has to use the package defensively. Weiwei has overextended himself.
All right.
Weiwei has found nothing but dirt.
All right.
Him as Hoya steps out. It is Gala still peppering in some damage. Zika now not going to be able to be Meganar just yet, but LNG collapsing over to the Dragon Pit. They can't though because TT want to try to force the Baron.
Yeah, now UCal getting his health back from those Honey Fruit. We see Tidal Wave come out, but no real follow-up going to be able to happen. You don't
ThunderTalk loses this game?
Potential here for TT now that
This is
Maokai's
rough.
down.
The Scout has a big angle here. The beautiful synergy between Scout and this Baron Pit. Zika's on the side.
Zika's just not going to have...
He gets a 5-man here if he can.
Yeah, it's just free. Good job. Actually, it's really good by ThunderTalk.
I guess
Really well played.
Dragon Pit. They can't though because Hoya stepping forward. Gala poking out UCal. UCal has to use the package.
Uses the package to actually kite him out. Weiwei dies. Then they immediately transition to pushing mid wave. No jungler up.
Yeah, now UCal getting his health back.
Criminal tidal wave, by the way. What was that supposed to do? Just wastes it.
Great turn potential here for TT.
They know Zika's in mini.
This is rough.
It's free.
Has a big angle here. The beautiful synergy between Scout and this Baron Pit. Zika's on the side. He can get.
They do a great job of like kind of kiting their way through the Baron Pit. Zika doesn't hit Mega by the time they're out. Clean heist, man. Really nicely played.
I guess even if you don't have Maokai, just how narrow that choke point is makes it too dangerous for LNG to even think about really committing. They're going to try and get their constellation prize, which, sole point, right? Not the worst constellation prize in the world. If you can weather the storm that's coming over the next few minutes, I mean, then you're really going to put some pressure on TT.
That's the question, though. I mean, you were already at a 2K lead. That Baron play makes the difference. Now it's an even game. And yes, you get soul point, but TT's going to be ready to fight you at the next Dragon.
Yeah, and we're going to go back to this fight here. I'm really surprised at UCal walking up so aggressively to try to get this poke down. I feel like he could have played with his range a bit better, like been happy just poking down some of the frontliners on LNG. Opens up for the engage to come out from Weiwei, but sadly Weiwei goes a little bit too deep. It opens up for Hoya to go in with the ult, and no one from LNG can try to save.
Though the thing is, the timers right now have been really good for TT. They've utilized UCal's packages very well. Even if both times have been a little bit defensive, they still.
All right, Eclipse is incoming. He took a little detour and built a Hex Drinker.
Trying to make sure that they are
UCal.
advantageous here in this game,
But it's okay. The Eclipse is coming. That's right. Get some turret gold, UCal.
Like, waiting in their back pocket. The turrets left the late
game so far, but TT is starting to pick apart that
What are we doing?
pressure point for TT, and we've seen a lot of fighting so far from LNG trying to make sure that
Okay, just give up a turret for free, I guess.
I also like that we get the Eclipse finished up on UCal.
it is nice to see those item completions coming online, right? You got 3 items for majority.
Okay, Eclipse is done now.
Waiting on that third for Scout now, though.
How do they lose, guys? How do they lose this game?
From TT, there's not really an angle. UCal gonna say hello to Scala yet again. Can't get the poke back on him.
No, and yeah, now that's what it's all going to be about, right? The bonus damage coming out from the Eclipse, the burn from the Malignance. 1xN if he ever has the Calibrum, but he's going to be a lot more about a team fight threat and threatening with that big Moonlight Vigil. I like the map movements coming out from TT so far to kind of try and set up those types of plays. Push in mid, move the top, get a ton of pressure on Zika. Sadly though, why is Meganar? Not much that can be done there.
Nature's Gods has come out just to try to get the pressure on this tier 2 here as well, and it's going to be easy pickings. Gala almost goes down the rocket barrage. TP's coming down from TT, though, just to make sure that nothing else can happen.
Look at Scout.
He's been on a flank this entire time. He was looking for it for like 2 minutes now, but just can't find the angle. Now going towards bot side.
Yeah, no TP for him now. Gonna be able to steal away the red buff, so is going to find something, but great siege coming out from TT. We see Thornmail finished off for Hoya, so at least gonna try and, you know, take care of some of that healing that's gonna come through as Gala is just smacking him down and get those grievous wounds going forward.
And I think that's a UCal on the Corky B.
Yeah, it definitely feels hard. Like, the more I look at this game, the more I just kind of favor what TT has. And even just some of the item builds, something we didn't hit on is Abyssal Mask, right? Beitron gonna have that. Like, my god, the MR Shred, this Corky is gonna be hitting even harder than he already is. LNG, they have a lot of bursts. They have, like, some short-range damage. Sure, the Culling's there that you can play around with Gala. You have a rapid-fire cannon, but it really feels like it's going to come down to a big play from Zika and Scout to set something up, unless someone from TT oversteps. You know,
Good night, Dar. Enjoy.
It's always on the cards.
Thanks for the sub today. Appreciate it.
This is completed for UCal.
We'll be done with this after the next game anyway. For today.
Ainik Rukern. I have no idea, right? Oh, is it Rookern?
Yeah.
I have no. Oh, Beitron having to flash. You know, that's important, but I just want to say, no idea how Riot comes up with these names.
I like it.
Kind of legendary. No, I like it too.
Apparently, the biggest.
I hate it.
Now looking at all the new Orin upgrade item names, which are apparently really good. Which, you know, we can go through those one of these days once Orin is relevant again. But speaking of relevancy, we do have the package available now for UCal. We saw the last couple times this has been available.
Oh my god, everybody just eating shit from Sand Soldiers? What?
Package does get used there defensively for a third time. Page 1, he's in deep. Scout's picked out, but he goes out alive. As Zika's about half health, has Meganar coming up.
What?
Package does get relevancy. We do have the package.
So, how, like, seriously though, how important is this fucking Chemtech Soul? Like, really, if we're being honest.
It's all last couple times.
Why are we all stacking here?
This has been available. It's been
Also very dangerous into Rel.
We'll see if he can get out of this one this time. Package does get used there defensively.
What a strange sequence.
Package available now for UCal. We saw the last couple times. This has been available. It's been a TT differential. We'll see if he can get out of this one this time.
Like, why is UCal the one doing that?
Available. It's been a TT differential. We'll see if he can get out of this one this time. Package does get used there defensively for a third time. Page 1, he's in deep. Scout.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to, like, come this way so he can package, but, like, why? Just poke them. Like, they don't even clear a spell shield on Scout. And, like, Rel's right here. This could be incredibly dangerous on a Rel engage. I mean, if Mark felt like it, he might be able to, like, flash bubble you, like, 3 of you.
Times this has been available.
Like,
it's been a TT dip.
Mark should have just flash bubbled right there.
We'll see if he can get out of this one this time. Package does get used there defensively for a third time. Page 1, he's in deep. Scout's picked out, but he goes out alive. As Zika's about half health.
Remember, there was no objective that had actually spawned by that point in time. There's no reason just to take that amount of damage and waste package.
Not gonna be able to hit anything just yet. The biggest
If
thing
you're going to
right
do
now,
that,
though,
just give
the
them the
bracket's up,
Chemtech Soul.
H1 is not up.
Because you
So
just
this is a
effectively
slight
gave them the
difference for
Chemtech Soul
LNG.
anyway.
No, Baytron, that play, I was so surprised he went forward with how low HP he was. Now he's just going to be on whittling down from UCal, but I don't think TT can really do anything here.
They're going to try to
You
force
have
it
Boy's
here.
ult.
Ooh, big shot out of the back line there, but it will
Had faith that even if he
scout. He whipped.
Nature's Grass comes out, he's so low, just keeps going forward. I guess. We're gonna get to see it in the replay because we have it here. Nature's Grass comes out, he's so low, just keeps going forward. I guess just leaving the damage there because he has the knockback. But there's the
Very weird.
out. And now without that, you really don't have any way of running forward into LNG's comp.
That was not even played as well as LNG could have, because Mark could have waved to kind of like cut them in half, or he could have flash bubbled. There was stuff he could have done there.
Soul as well, but it is still something where TT have a lot of strength if you let them whittle you down, if you let them poke you from range, and that's what TT are looking to execute on here.
Ooh. Oh, speaking of poke from range, that going was massive.
Gala's got UCal's number here in the later part of the game, and now TT have to run away, flash preemptively from Chocho, and that's a bit rough. As
Yeah, flash rel ult. It was weird. That was actually super weird. They could have just lost, like, ThunderTalk could have like straight lost the game off of that. There's a world where they lose Dragon and Baron off that play.
Baytron sadly not walking, more to the left side with that sweeper. So LNG will still be able to maintain some vision.
Whoa, Baytron thinks he had an angle, but ends up getting engaged on anyways, and he's just...
Why are we doing this?
More to the left side with that sweeper. So LNG
Weiwei just owns this bush. There's a pink ward in here every single time. He's trying to get the flank engaged, but you don't need to engage with the Maokai. That's not the purpose of this composition. You're trying to poke with Corki, and if they engage, that's when you pop Maokai ult. Like, why are we being so aggressive? Why are we being so aggressive? You want them to come into you. That way you can melee ult, you can knock somebody away. They're eating Corki poke. You can get like a good Moonlight Vigil off. Like them playing to you. You are trying to facilitate poking. You also have Melio with Green Gun Affilio, so the range on that should be crazy for additional poke.
The culling from Gala, all of this just being too much for the rest of TT to handle.
Yeah, we see though a little bit of damage. Oh, it's gonna go over to Weiwei, and that means LNG stream forth. The Moonlight Vigil.
Like, we're just playing the comp wrong.
And TT will lose the Baron. They won't lose much else, but Baytron needs to make sure he's up next time.
For the side of LNG, see.
What a strange way that ThunderTalk loses this game. They're like doing all these weird ass forced engages.
On the members of LNG, the rest you kind of want.
You got mid now onto the inhib too. Gala
have to deal with, and now Mazel, the question is like
flank Maokai ult ain't gonna do anything here.
Just
be able to find anything. He send it, and I'm scared that
or less.
So now we have to play for Elder.
Yeah, I mean he's just it's the there it is. There.
All right, there we go.
You're gonna go all in, all out. It's right now because you're gonna lose the game.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so everyone knows eyes on UCal. What can he do? Is Gala just gonna
there it is.
Him, okay?
There it is. He goes over on a scout. Moonlight Vigil's gonna go wide now. UCal's in some trouble. He's all by himself. He's getting the culling to the back. Baytwan's trying to get over there, but the healing comes through. And now LNG looking to turn the fight. Jojo's got nothing left.
Wow.
LNG
This is just how not to play a poke comp, guys. Jesus Christ. This was not it. This was not it.
The damage from Scout and Gala just too much, and Zika able to lock 1xN down, confirm the kill. And great showing by LNG.
This ain't it.
Later this game.
Wow.
LNG will take that.
They do not know how to play Corki. Okie dokie.
So